awesome. Yay. Beautiful. I hope everybody's doing well today. And I hope you don't mind this 7 o'clock start. It just makes it a little easier. I've been on the go rather all day. So it's been a really good day. And I don't know if anybody out there, and I can't really see. I can see on Facebook. Actually, I can see on both of these. But I think we're on a new moon. I think we either just passed a new moon this week. So if there's anybody that can confirm that. I'm just thinking that today was a little bit more exhilaration. And I want to remind everybody this week that the energies are rather frenetic, and using that word specifically, that it's, not just the weather. I mean, it's great to get some sunshine these days, but it is almost like, I don't know about you guys, it's almost like I'm being electrocuted or something, like, and then getting distracted very easily. But today was a productive day. I hope it was for you as well. And these cards, I just fall in love with them more and more. And today's cards are, again, nothing short of, we always seem to have themes when it comes to these cards. And it's the great part about reading any kind of tarot, or, I just had Aisha, my friend, who I do Just Talking with on Sunday nights. She does a reading on Monday nights, and she was just commenting how, you've got a deck of 70 cards, and you pull the same card for 2 different people when you're only pulling for 7. And I've done that on this channel too, that I've actually used different decks, and all the cards have been virtually the same or similar to the same intention. Even though they come from different decks, right? And they're in different possessions. So that's what I love best about doing, especially this kind of read. It's not individual. It is sort of getting a pulse of what's going on in the community, because there's a lot of us that can be in different places in life, but it's a similar situation that we are, that we're coming to. Either we are, overcoming an obstacle, whether we're dealing with self-doubt, whether we're, stepping out of our comfort zone and maybe, doing things that we didn't think were possible. Whatever that is, it may look different for different people. But usually, like, there's not too many things that are that different, right? When we actually take a step back, which is why even the craziness that's going on in the world these days, first, we have to look for our similarities, right? If we just focus on what we don't do the same, then we'll never be able to get to a higher place, right? And that's also ourselves, looking at ourselves, which is fabulous when it comes to this week's overarching card. So let's get started. This week's overarching card is the Earth Guardian. I love these cards too. This Kyle Gray is my new BFF when it comes to card decks, but he's very much Oracle, and I love, actually, Kyle Gray's is he's also got a course in Hay House, right? It's an audio course, and even the way this guy thinks, that's the great part about anybody that does reading, anybody that's light workers or anything like that. Is we all come to it from a different place. Like, and this guy, how he got into reading and how he got into his intuitive senses, it just shows up in these decks because they're very grounded in mythology, which a lot of mythology is psychologically based, right? So that's how, I see my Greek friend on here tonight, one of the cards that come tonight is a Greek goddess, one of the Greek goddesses, or and she's actually referred to in the Celtic deck as well, or in Celtic mythology as well. But anyways, when it comes to this Kyle Gray, I love his imagery, but I also love his intention with his cards, right? Which is really, which is really based on paganism like mythologies, pagan religion, or pagan honorings. So this guy is the Earth Guardian. So this is great because this deck is called Angels and Ancestors. And this is actually in a section called Guardians. And they're all different kinds of guardians, because in most religions, or, you know, the pagan portion of old religions, there's many gods and goddesses, right? There's many because they have different aspects of, you know, the cycle of Earth as it goes around the sun. You know, is it time to harvest? Is it time to plant? We go from, as women, we go from, you know, maiden, mother, and crone. So, you know, it's all these kinds of things. We have all these different aspects of us, and they're all found in all these different religions, right? There's always a theme. And that is what, for me, allows me to believe in or increases my belief in intuition and all that kind of stuff, is you have people that have no reason for, or no life expectancy or experience that's the same as anybody else, and yet they come up with the same philosophies, right? They just come at it from different angles. So that's the kind of stuff that I find fascinating, right? And to be able to understand the essence of who that god or goddess is. So, long story short, so this is the Earth Guardian, which is stay rooted and grounded. And the one thing I love about this, and as I started out with talking about the frenetic energy that's going on right now, and that is the Earth Guardian, take time to connect deeply with the energy of the Earth so that you can feel supported and make decisions based on strength and integrity. So the Earth Guardian represents the angels of Earth who bring the medicine of feeling grounded and strong. These are protectors of the land and planet, and that help you connect to your mission here and how you support the evolution of the planet. The Earth Angel on the card is a beautiful part angel, part elemental, who is non-binary, showing that they are a divine being without human gender. Their staff, adorned with the dream catcher, look how beautiful that is. Look how beautiful that is. And of course the dream catchers, I have 2 of them in my bedroom, show that they have the capacity to help you ground your dreams in reality. And again, so if you looked at this in a tarot deck, the Earth Guardian would be your pentacles, right? Which would be your manifestation, your bringing it into this plane, your creation, right? It's important for you to take a grounded approach to your current situation. If you're rushing ahead or making a decision based on your more fearful responses, you will miss out on the growth you deserve. Take some time to calm down and get grounded before proceeding further. Breathe, relax, and connect to your center. Then consider what to do. It's important to plant seeds that are going to grow into something beautiful rather than turn into a weed that you have to deal with. Again, I love even, you know, so this is what we have overall, right? You know, the best part about things like gardening even, right? Hopefully you don't lose track of that, you know, and I've talked about this, like, you know, the effect of gratitude, like when you're sitting there and you're looking at the blueness of the sky and you're just like, oh, man, and it's like the first time you've ever seen it. So it's that connection to the awe of the earth, right? You know, if it's the view from your window, do you take a moment every day to just go, ah, oh. You know, like if you see this little corner that I've made now that I've created like a workspace, this is all my plants. I have like 9 plants here. That connects me, right? And maybe that's why I don't get out into my little walks these days, but that's another story. Anyways, hello ladies. So this is just a beautiful card to remind us that enjoy the process of the grounding. I'm taking this advice as much as I need to give it right now, I'll tell you that much. Okay, and as I said to my glorious Greek goddess, we first start with card number 1, which is Diana, and she's beautiful, isn't she? So Diana, focused intention. Think about what you desire. Set your sights high. Expect the best possible outcome. And so Diana is really quite interesting because she's the Roman goddess, sorry, and I keep, because I get those two mixed up. I'm not, but you'll hear why. Anyways, Diana is the Roman moon goddess of the hunt. She's also known as Artemis in Greek mythology, where she has similar attributes. And there's also another in the Celtic. So, and if you look at it, these are the different, like we had the Roman Empire, the Greek Empire, right? So it's really interesting how all those pagan beliefs were inherited, right? The fact that Isis is the Egyptian is Mother Mary, because 5,000 years ago was long before 2,000 years ago. So anyway, so Diana, so I keep calling her Diana even though it's Artemis, but because my biggest connection is with the Greek mythology, the Greek and the what's that other one? Egyptian mythologies. So she's often depicted with wild animals around her as she associates with the moon. And I was just talking about how we just had a new moon, which is really about setting intentions, right? It's not the full moon where it's like, okay, this is great, this is what we've done, let's release it all. The new moon is about setting our new intentions, right? But the reason she has the animals around her is because the beasts come out at night. She's often seen holding a bow and quiver, which she has on her back. And she helps us tune into our intuitive side, right? So that we can listen to the wisdom that will guide us to our goal. In particular, she encourages women to move into their true power and promotes equality for all souls. And she's like one of the original badasses. Thank you very much. So move forward with unwavering faith, knowing that the universe is supporting you. Diana is helping you awaken your divine ability to manifest what you deserve. Any fear is only a reminder that whatever you're working on or through is an important issue for your growth. Your focus is strong now and will be particularly powerful at the full moon. So this is just the new moon. So you've got a couple of weeks. So whatever your intentions are that you've just spent time setting, like this week, if you haven't done that, just take today and do that, because you've got a couple of weeks between now and the full moon. Your focus is strong now and will be particularly powerful at the full moon. You may be aware of night owl tendencies. This is because your angels and guides are sending you important messages and you will be missing during the day due to a busy schedule. Set some time aside to do deep meditation to receive guidance. And the one thing that just literally like popped into my head big time about how this card comes in while having the Earth Guardian on top of this is when you're playing baseball, right? Or any, actually it's any baseball, golf, whatever it is, it's making sure that you take the time to set up the shot, right? And, it takes a split second, like especially in softball, baseball. I mean, of course, I was never in the pros or anything like that. You've got like a millisecond to be able to read the pitcher and what he or she is doing and figuring out how they're going to throw the ball. And the greatest part is that the longer you sit on that during practice, the better you get at reading the other people. And while it may seem like, and this is what they show in all those sports movies, is because you see them like blinking their eye and it seems to take like 5 hours, right? So that's the kind of stuff that you want. That's coming into my head with this. Whatever you're doing, like, you have a moment, but that moment lasts forever. I hope that makes sense to you, right? Whatever it is that you're focusing on right now, make sure that you take the time you need. And it may seem like 12 hours and it's only like a second. Take the time that you need. I know we had a lot of people with one today. So Diana, and she's gorgeous. She is like one of the Artemis, one of the kick-ass women of that Roman Greek Empire time. I love them. Anyway, so that's Diana, card number 1. Card number 2 today. Oh, and again, this is beautiful. So this is Lord Shiva. Now, Lord Shiva is our Indian god, which is the twin flame of, oh my goodness, who's the twin flame? Shiva, where are you? Okay, We're not going there. Shiva, I know he's, anyways, doesn't matter. Transcendence. And if you see, this is where he's got the third eye, right? He's got the eye, literally the eye in his forehead, right? Rise up, honor your inner force. Steps are being given. Dance with the universe. Dance with the universe. I mean, I love it. Sounds great. Shiva is one of India's trinity of male god figures. He is depicted wearing a cobra around his neck, representing his capacity to tame fear or the ego. See, snakes they get a really bad rap, but they're a really powerful spiritual being, right? And snakes, they shed their skin, but they are very spiritual. They usually show up when there's a time of transition. So it shows his connection to the cosmos, holding a trident acknowledged for the three aspects of divine masculine power in India: creator, preserver, and destroyer. What's her name? You know, the destroyer. It'll come to me. He's known as the destroyer because of his warrior-like energy and ability to destroy fear. He is a facet of the Divine Father energy and offers paternal protection, support, and guidance. He is also acknowledged as the cosmic dancer because he helps us coordinate the interaction between Earth and the cosmos. He has a capacity to help us move beyond fear and of failure into clarity and connection. Lord Shiva is with you right now to awaken your sense of connection to life itself. So I find that interesting because, you know, when I've talked about the air signs or whatever, it's the whole thing about being tethered. Where's your balloon? So what this is all about is make sure your roots are there so that you can literally reach for the sky, right? Knowing that we're grounded into our body allows us to reach taller. This is a powerful time as you will transcend the limitations that others have set for you. It's a time of innovation, ideas, stargazing, soul traveling, and soul revealing. Shiva is the Lord of the dance, is here with his sacred sound of Om to lead the way. So maybe with this card, anybody that got two, I know that there's one cheeky monkey out there that picked all three cards today. Ha ha ha. And again, there's actually, you can see how these are all, these all go together in a different aspect, right? But like Lord Shiva, again, downloads. There was somebody last week that I think got, one of the cards was about being open to downloads, right? And being open to that aspect of spirituality that allows us to receive from above, that allows us to receive from the heavens, so to speak. And that's sort of what I see Lord Shiva doing from last week. And it'd be really interesting if that was your card last week, that's continuing to tell you that last week it was more about feeling comfortable with that aspect of your ability, right? Because a lot of times, I talked about it last week, that when you start getting downloads or, you know, dreams in the middle of the night, or you're taking a shower and stuff pops into your head, when that stuff is happening, it can be scary. I know when I first started having dreams, I was like, why am I in other people's dreams? And why is this male friend of mine saying I love you in a dream? So all that kind of stuff, it can be scary. So we have to actually get to the point where we're okay, not okay, we're okay. Well, yeah, we're okay to hear that message, right? That we're okay, that we are all messengers. We are all receivers with this great antenna, and we all have different roles to play. So it's important to be able to keep that radio tuned to whoever it is that we are. So anybody, I'd be really interested to know if you got the download last week, and this would be like you, Jan, not to point you out or anything, if card 2 was what you picked this week, because that would just again reinforce the fact that, you know, you're tuning into radio self. And again, write it down. You know, this week, yesterday, 2 days ago, I can't even remember. It was yesterday. I literally woke up at 5 a.m. and had to write out all these ideas that I had that would not let me sleep. And it was very exciting. It was almost like a play in my head. So Whoever got card number 2, I wonder what your card was last week. So that's what Lord Shiva. And the other thing is, because we have the Om, we have him, because all those, Om is a chant. So even if you're just doing it in your own, Om, like do a couple of these and see how it feels, see how it resonates in your especially your solar plexus, right? Is because that's your center of self. The solar plexus, the heart, is what connects the above and the below, right? And that's really what we've got. The below, everybody's got this earth angel overarching. So this is just making sure that you keep 2 feet planted firmly on the ground. Now, card number 3, I know that there was also somebody that picked card 1 and 3 today. So card number 3 is gorgeous because it's Horus, right? Horus is the cosmic gateway. And again, this is definitely Egyptian. So I find it interesting that we have like the Indian, we have all of the great empires or communities. I know that's not the right word, but that's the word that's popping into my head. We have all the major Eastern philosophies, stuff like that mentioned in this. So Horus, cosmic gateway. Your thoughts are magnetic and powerful. Miraculous changes are occurring. So this one, and Horus he's got the face of the eagle, right? And just gorgeous. Horus is the Egyptian eagle-headed god and sun/twin flame of the goddess Isis. He is known for his foresight, psychic awareness, and ability to travel between the worlds. And actually, I'll do something about this later, maybe just a question. How many people have had like out-of-body experiences, or they've gone flying in their dreams? Just curious. Maybe you can let me know. His ability to travel between the worlds. He can help us move into the cosmos with our mind, meditations, and prayers so that we can harness the natural magic that surrounds us. He is known for ritual magic in the past, and he now helps create pockets of energy in the world where we can access light, wisdom, and insight. If you are seeing the symbol of an eye appearing around you, and do you notice that Shiva, Lord Shiva, has the eye, like literally the third eye in his forehead, right? So if you have the eye appearing around you, know that Horus is asking you to become aware of how you are influencing the energy around you, and how in turn it's influencing you. You're connected with the universe and have the ability to manifest miraculous experiences. Your thoughts, words, and actions are like magnets, drawing the energy that cultivates your world. You have a stellar gateway chakra above your head, a vortex of energy that is influenced to your own energy, by your own energy. Oh, I'm sorry, I've got a tickle. You can place ideas into this vortex to create what you are seeking. The universe also offers you guidance and abundance, support, and healing. Excuse me. Based on your capacity to connect to it and accept it, right? So again, while we just talked about this last week about people with the downloads, we also had a similar card to this. The joy, the expression of joy or something like that. I love that, right? Is how do we actually sit? I just talked about the gardening, and being able to like love that your hands are in the dirt, like the whole, looking up at the blue of the sky and actually being fully engaged, even though going for a walk is something completely mundane, but you see the beauty in it with new eyes every single time. So this is sort of like, especially with Horus, this is the card that I picked this week. So I know that I've been having, sometimes you have it so that it's like almost like people are coming up beside you and you notice. So he's been talking, and here it talks about the symbol of an eye appearing around you, but I would also extend that to anything that you feel like something's watching you, or you feel like something's connecting with you, right? I hope that makes sense. The universe also offers you guidance, abundance, support, and healing based on your capacity to connect to it and accept it. You have a real opportunity to further that connection now by sending prayers and intentions out to the cosmos. So, I mean, I think all of this is really interesting because we are, like, first it starts with Diana talking about her, like, intuition and connection to the night. You know, this is almost like, this would also be like a high priestess card. If we were looking at tarot and at, you know, the major arcana in tarot. And the high priestess is all about, why do you hunt at night? Well, first of all, the animals are out there, but it's also all about intuition and the way that you see things, that you don't see things just with your eyes, you feel things, right? So it's really developing all those other senses. And I think it's really interesting that all of us have this Earth Guardian, which is all about us making sure that we're grounded. And so let's point out specifically, when I say grounded, a lot of times if people have had any kind of trauma in their life, it's easy to do what's called disassociation. And there's also a lot of times, especially with these three cards, where a lot of them are talking about intuition, connection to our greater good, to our greater above. There's a lot of times with trauma where we disassociate, so we don't realize that we leave our body really easily, right? And so it takes a while to actually be able to keep grounded in your body as you process through all this stuff that we've had from the past, all this stuff that's stopping us from connecting to the cosmos. And one of the clear things that was mentioned in Horus is it's all about, it's all about, to connect with something bigger. We have to be open enough to be able to receive it. And I'm really, really excited because Aisha and myself, I don't know if you guys watch Just Talking on Sunday nights at my Gwenda Lambert Life Starts Now page, but we came across this really radical idea. It doesn't seem radical at all, but yet in our conversations, because that's what we do, we just talk. So I'm really excited about something that we're going to be offering. I don't know exactly when yet, but we've just started collaborating on this. And it really is about, when we set our goals in modern day world, we neglect or forget the fact that we are spiritual beings in a human body, right? We sometimes overlook that fact. And sometimes what blocks us from being able to receive everything, trust our intuition, and be aware that we can transcend whatever limitations have been set on us, is our ability to sit in that connection to the universe, right? So, and again, especially like a couple of weeks ago, we almost had a reprieve where we had like a moment to sort of take a breath. And now, again, if you look at the period of time that we're in the winter up here in the Northern Hemisphere. So this is all about really sitting in our body and connecting. So meditate, chant, journal is the message this week. And my friend Melissa, you cheeky monkey, she chose all three of these. Again, all of these people, all of these cards that we've chosen, the one thing there is you're not setting your limitations, right? It's up to you to dream big and to dream of connection and to dream of love and to be love, right? What does that look like? What does that look like in my actions? And focus on that, right? Again, like just my own personal thing, like yesterday I had a tough day and I don't really know why. And I did learn as the day went along that there was a couple of, bad news things that came along. But the bigger thing is that when I'm not in that space and I'm not good, I still need to be able to do what I know grounds me, right? And I wasn't able to do that. So this is what I want you guys to remember, right? What is it that you need to ground? And that's what the Earth Guardian is telling us. So this isn't just about us being a guardian to the earth. This is about us connecting with that guardian, right? And staying rooted even though every single card that we have this week is all about connection through an intuitive, through the greater cosmic gateway, right? That's where we're going this week, right? So keep grounded as you reach for the stars. That's really the outcome here. So here we are at 30 minutes. God, I love these cards, and I just get on a... So maybe we'll go back to the tarot next week, and you let me know. I'll do a little poll. But it was really great seeing you all. And again, if you're feeling weird energy this week, just go with it. If you're feeling low key, take your time and try some chanting, especially anybody that picked card number 3. Om. Okay, I love you all, and I will see you later. Okie dokie.